I was around 35,000 followers. Now I'm reaching 70,000 in less than 6 months. It really showed me that
Alessandro Conti, aka Alexx Lay, with over 200,000 fans. He is the #1 Italian food influencer in China.
when I asked him, how was the revenue going? He's like, we really doubled what we used to do in revenue in the last 2 weeks after your video. And I was like, wow, I should really focus on doing something on that perspective. I worked for this company and we were generating 15 million euros. And then I just decided to quit. Social media has been part of my life since 2018. People want to see some content that helps them doing something. I've been thinking about what's the way to really do something that is helpful for people. That video went to 7,000 likes and I just had 1,000 followers. So I said, okay, wow.
How are you going to do it? How are you going to get that 100,000?
Well,
Alexx is the top Italian KOL, food KOL here in China. How do you grow social media quickly?
growing a channel that is based on food is, it's actually quite natural. It's been natural for me. I am been always, I've been always eating foods, and I'm Italian. We have such a crazy amount of food in Italy. I've been always, fascinated by cooking and stuff like that. So growing a channel in that perspective has been always, sort of easy for me because it's been always what I've been interested in. So it's been a challenge indeed, because in my case I promote Italian food in Chinese. So the Chinese language has been the foundation of my of growing my channel. So I've been always speaking Chinese all the time in all the videos that I've been creating since 2019. Actually, I started doing videos in 2018 on TikTok, on Douyin, when it was just launched probably, or just 1 or 2 years later after the launching. And I've been doing very short videos of 30 seconds, showing some travels that I was doing during my work time. So I was traveling to Canada, I was traveling to Italy for work reasons, and I was showing those 30-40 seconds of foods or traveling in Chinese. And that time the channel went, the performance in the channel was very good. I was growing, I was 100 followers growing to 80,000 followers in just a year and a half of posting regularly with very short videos. So it was really a different time as well, because social media is changing, and the requirements that the platforms have towards content, on engagement, on on the length of actual videos is actually changing. So before content was suggested to be under a minute or something. Now social media is pushing you to post videos that are longer than 6 to 7 minutes. So that's the case for me. So there's gonna be a reassessment in the content creation as well, in changing the length of my videos, my content. But it's been quite of a challenge in these years, but it's something that I really like to do. So not too much of a problem.
So would you recommend for anyone to grow on social media, for them to start off with the 6-7 minute plus kind of video, or piecemeal start under 1 minute and grow into it? What would be your advice?
My advice is to create something that's engaging. I mean, when you are beginning at the very start, you need to have with a very little follow base. So you need to really put the concepts of your channel at the beginning of the video. So you want to make something engaging that is allowing people to stick to the video until the end, right? So I would suggest going with very short, not too long videos, 10-15 minutes. I'm doing now 10 minutes videos as an average video duration in my Xiaohongshu, Bidan, and Douyin channels. But I would suggest going with 4 or 5 minutes, and then delivering the most of the content you can in that compressed time, because I think it's very valuable for those that don't know you yet, don't know your brand, and don't know what's gonna be the content in your channel. So you really build up the fan base on those concentrated but very high valuable videos.
And what was that catalyst for you? Because you used to have a pretty good job from what I hear, so actually starting your social media.
So basically, I've been working for almost 5 years in the sales business, in the B2B distribution management. So I was working with a couple of companies. My last job was in a Swiss company, and this Swiss company was doing. We were the manufacturer of coffee grinders. These coffee grinders were kind of famous in the coffee business. So companies like Starbucks or like Dunkin' Donuts. So many companies were using that from a point of view of, like stores, numbers. These companies are quite strong in China as well. But I was working, it's a paradox, but I was based in Shanghai, but I was managing Korea and Japan before in my experience, my last working experience. So I worked for this company, and we were generating a good amount of money on the sales point of view. So we were making approximately 15 million euros with the distributors. So we were doing Korea, Japan, and on those sales, we were having this much of a total generated sales for each year. So it was a kind of demanding and very, very not easy to do job because it also required a lot of cultural understanding for both Koreans and Japanese. Asia is big, and cultures difference a lot between a country and another. So China is different from Korea to Korea, and then Korea is different to Japan. So every country is very, very different in much of the cultural aspects. So it was a very big challenge of also understanding the different cultures. Me being in China all the time, I would approach things in a different way, right? But arriving there, I realized that was probably not the way they were used to do it, right? So it was kind of breaking the cultural barriers all the time. But overall, returning to your question, what was the initiator of me thinking, why should I do this instead of that? So it was more like I was into the job 100% as a part of my character. I've been always, focusing on things. If I take something, if I take a challenge, if I take a position in a company, I want to perform 100% and I want to do my best all the time. So I was really 100% focusing all my energies and all my time towards the goal of making those sales. So it's been a very demanding, energy demanding job because, questions were coming, emails, calls, and, it's been like working from morning to evening every time. So I did have not much of time to dedicate to my own hobbies and things. So basically, I kind of understood that in that sense, I was kind of, keeping my own goals and aspirations aside. Was kind of pursuing other people's goals and other things' goals. I wanted to really, really focus on my own goals and then push all my energy towards what I want to do. So what was the initiator? It was that I was not really 100% satisfied of my life, and I wanted to change my life in a better way. And then I just decided to quit. So that was pretty much what I decided last year. And it was also a tough decision because, you have the advantages of being an employee is also that you have a stable income. You go with some of, like basic income, and you have some sales bonuses at the end of the year. But it was kind of a stable job where you could also get a good amount of money. So not having that money in a very short time, it was kind of an impactful thing for me because, transition from employee to entrepreneurs and like doing things by yourself is a big thing, right? I think you also experienced that in the past. So it's a kind of a core. You need to be brave, and you also have to take some initiative because you can also go with that for a long time until there is this moment in a sudden moment that you just want to say, okay, maybe it's time to change things and reset a little bit your life in terms of your goals and everything. So the initiator has been that, and but actually social media has been part of my life since 2018. As I said, I was posting not regularly when I could. It was more of a hobby. It was more like, okay, I have this weekend time. Instead of hanging out with friends, I stay home and I edit that video because that video takes 6 to 7 hours to edit. I do most of my videos with my phone, and I do use applications on the phone. Some people say I'm crazy because, I have to subtitles and stuff by yourself, music and everything on your phone with a small screen. It's kind of crazy, but this has been the way I can process videos quickly, because processing videos quickly is one of the secrets as well, I believe, in my opinion, to really satisfy companies. Because sometimes people say, okay, I need a month to make this video, or I need 2 weeks to make a video. I can make this video in 2 days. And speed beats the other guy that maybe says, I want this much money. It's probably similar to what you asked for it, and then it delivers the video a week later. So time is crucial when you're generating and you're making videos. So I was lacking on that point, and I was not posting the consistent way, right? So I was like, okay, I should do something, because the followers are asking for videos. It's kind of, like, when are you posting this damn video? And like, Jesus, when should I do it? When should I do it? And like, okay, I just have this Saturday. Okay, let's do it. Let's not hang out with my friends and just stay home and then just edit the damn video. That was the solution to me. And then I see that was not possible anymore after taking more responsibility in the position. So I started as a sales manager, and I was promoted a year and a half later after sales were growing steady into sales director for the company. So I saw that big chunk of my life was into that, and I needed to have to pursue my dreams and my hobbies and everything. So I decided really to work on that point of view, and then working from like a video a week after resigning the position, it was like more like posting 3 videos a week, 4 videos a week, pushing every sort of energy into that point. So I think that's been what I've been doing until now. So the growth has been coming after I left my job. So since I was in October 2023 posting a video a week when I could, I was around like 35,000 followers on Xiaohongshu. Now I'm reaching 70,000 in less than 6 months of time after leaving the job. So I think it really showed me that when you really focus energies towards one thing, you can really achieve what you want. So
it's a great point and very relatable to everyone, because there's a lot of people that I meet, they're in that rut. They're in a really good job, but they want that something extra, that's special. Yeah. And then they've just started doing it. I think that's what you've done, what I've done. Mm-hmm. And I think it's really great. We met in November last year, and even then I saw a little gem there. I thought, right, this guy's going to scale his content. And you clearly doubled it in 6 months and onwards and upwards from there. So let's dig into the numbers a bit. So Little Red Book, you mentioned, what, 70, almost 70. We're going towards there. I think we'll probably hit 100,000 soon. We'll see that. How about the other channels? Let's talk a little bit about Bilibili and Douyin.
Yeah, so Bilibili at the moment is around also, it's pretty much similar to Xiaohongshu in terms of followers. It's been slowing down much more compared to Xiaohongshu for some reasons. It's the algorithm on those social media is still unknown to me. I kind of understood the one on Xiaohongshu. I understood what it makes a good video. I still have to understand a little bit more what's the same formula for Bijan, and which is Bilibili, and for Douyin, which is the TikTok in China. So I think that the most important point is that Xiaohongshu is the one generating those incomes.
Little Red.
Yes, Little Red is making is giving you a chance to monetize. Although Bijan and Bilibili is giving you a percentage on the videos, on the views that you get, plus some donations and stuff, so you get some money each month. But it's more of, like, you don't get promotions there. So my focus is on Xiaohongshu at the moment, where I want to really take it to the next level. I want to try to, as you said, try to reach those 100,000 followers by 3-4 months. I'll try my best.
How are you going to do it? How are you going to get that 100,000?
It's going to be experimenting as well. I've been streaming I've been doing some streaming content as well in the last 2 months. I've been doing streaming showing ice cream. So I am doing gelato at the moment, and I've been showing like gelato from scratch. So how do you make the recipe, the liquid part versus the powders, and how you do make I do make a gelato on a streaming. So in an hour and a half, we went from like showing the followers how to make the recipe to the actual gelato, and then tasting it in front of them with the streaming. So that's after those streamings, I saw that the followers went up to like 150, 200 followers in just 1 hour and a half time. So that is really effective, I think, is one of the things. And then one thing that we're been doing now is trying to, choosing, because I have some people assisting me at the moment, doing some, conversations with companies and stuff. So I got my Julie, my assistant at the moment, that is doing a part of what I was doing before. So I was like doing like editing myself, shooting myself with my hands. Now there's somebody recording me finally. And there's somebody now speaking to companies. Before I used to pretend to be my own assistant. I said, 我是他的助理. So you put on the voice. I used to be doing that because
Would you have to negotiate with yourself as well? Would you like, hello,
okay, let me ask him if he wants to do that. Okay, we can do that. This kind of stuff. I'm not sure, but we've been there. You kind of get it, right? So I've been doing this kind of stuff all the time because when you're limited in budget, you cannot hire somebody straight away when you don't have any income. So you really want to be multitasking and do everything yourself.
Take it until you make it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's being kind of that. And then from a point of view of scaling the channel, I think that understanding the content has been also very, very important for me because I've been doing content of, like language related content. So I understood that that's not what people want to see on Xiaohongshu, because Xiaohongshu is actually a platform where people used to buy cosmetics. And 80% of the people in Xiaohongshu are women, and women around like with a range of age between like 15 to 45 years old, 50 years old. And the user base of Xiaohongshu is not the same as the one on Douyin. Maybe Douyin people want to see more of a like a short, vertical, not horizontal video that shows some impactful seconds of video, and then that's all they want to see, and then put a like and go with the next one, right? Scroll with the next one. Also, it's like people want to see some content that helps them doing something, right? So I've been thinking about what's the way to really do something that is helpful for people, right? Not just like a video that you can see and then scroll down and you don't have any IP, you don't leave any sort of memory to that people. So I thought about exploiting my own personality. I really love talking. I love languages. I love what I've been doing, like in the last years with video content, and I love eating. So those three things were matching with what I wanted to achieve, and I just went through it. And then I did, like I started to contact some restaurants and say, you want me to go there? Can you just, like, I'm going to pay for everything, my lunch and everything. I just want to film. Is it all right for you? And then those guys would say, okay, come by. And then I remember I started to work with Azul. Is a restaurant in Shanghai that has multiple chains. And then I said, okay, let's do this video. And then the video went well. It was like 100 more likes. We just 1,000 followers, 500 followers. And I said, let's do another one. And then I did garlic barbecue in Xintiandi, which is my favorite barbecue, by the way. And I went there and said, okay, I'm going to make a video. And I didn't even introduce myself much. And I said, let's do a video. And I brought my DJI with my stabilizer and then with my phone. And I started to film the inside of the restaurant. And then he brought me inside the kitchen to show, like the barbecue with the, the 18 hours, barbecue stuff. And then he unwrapped the meat and put those highlights on the video. That video went to 7,000 likes, and I just had 1,000 followers. It was like 7,000 likes and then like 5,000 favorites on Xiaohongshu and more than 500 comments. So I said, okay, wow, this thing is working. So the platform is kind of gave me a signal towards, okay, that's the right thing you should be doing, right? So it's like, you have the feedback from the platform. And then from there, things just went better and better. I started to do it for free. I did some pizza places and I show it. And we did videos of like 4 or 5 minutes, and then people liked it. And then we did a video with Mamma Mia in Shanghai, and these guys, like the owner, the chef is my friend Francesco, and I'm a customer there, so I go there often. And he said, okay, let's do a video. And then he prepared some special snacks for me, and then we did some funny introduction. Welcome to Mamma Mia. Use the Italian way to introduce it with Chinese, with some Chinese and Shanghainese dialect. People just loved it. And then after posting it, he got like a line of people. Like there's been like a line of people for 2 weeks straight. And when I asked him, how was the revenue going? He's like, okay, we really doubled what we used to do in revenue in the last 2 weeks after your video. And I was like, wow, this video has potential. This thing has some sort of potential that has to be used in the right way. So, and this was all in 2022, 21, and it was like after COVID. So when people started, go again to restaurants, and it was a really good time, to show the F&B industry and also support the local people in towards, like getting more customers and stuff. So from that point of view, I really build up my fan base based on the trust they have towards my palate, towards what I eat, and towards what I suggest them. So it's been a mix of, showing funny things. We did some videos in the Saria. Is like a Japanese Saria in Chinese. I'm not sure how it's called in Japanese. It's like a cheap Italian restaurant. We did the pineapple pizza reaction. Those, 香草, 猪耳朵, like a 猪耳朵 is like a pig ear. Xiangcai is like the vegetables that they put on the soup. It's kind of, like as a special flavor, like mixing that on a pizza. What's the reaction for an Italian guy? And I did a very, like a honest and truthful reaction. I was like, I couldn't eat that. And I just filmed it, and he went crazy. Like he went to, I used to make like 2,000, 3,000 likes on a video. That went to 20,000 likes on both Bilibili and Xiaohongshu. So it's like, well, this thing is kind of impactful, right? So both the ironical side and the serious side of truthful recommendations is like, it's kind of working in that sense. So I think I based my channel on those foundations.
I think you got a great case study there, which is you clearly doubled the audience base. That's what you want in China. You want that big queue outside a restaurant. I've always been very envious. I walk past a restaurant and I say, wow, they've got a massive queue. They've got that buzz. And that's what you want to create with a business here in China. I think it's a really, really great point. And also you've produced content that you actually enjoy. It's part of your life, right? Which is, I think it's so key. You're not making content for the sake of it, for the sake of likes and views. You're making it because you have a passion for it, which is great. You've mentioned some restaurants, things you work with. What kinds of brands have you worked with, and how have you also grown them through the content that you've made?
I worked with hotels. I worked with some car companies. I worked also with in the F&B general industry. So with big players in the ice cream industry, with some coffee equipment machinery that you can use home. So domestic electrodomestics and domestic products. Been working with different things, but it's still related to the hospitality, because I'm doing hospitality in general. Because aside to the restaurants and everything, I do also traveling videos. So I show, like, I'm going to Italy. I show it at the beginning. I show like the experience on the airplane. What do you eat on the airplane? How is the airplane experience? When you arrive in Italy, what do you do? What's the cheap way to reach downtown? Should you take a taxi or should you take the train? I write the prices on the video so people know they are going to pay that much and they cannot be scammed as well. So it's like, it's a useful, like way of showing things. And then the full experience is like, okay, I reached the hotel. The hotel is costing this much money. The hotel is located here. When I go downstairs, I can see some architecture and then some interesting place that people want to go, like in Florence. I was living in I was staying in a nice hotel. It was not a promotion or stuff, but people were generally interested in what was the name of the hotel. And I share that. And, like, it's not always, chasing the money, he's also giving some value to people so that when they go somewhere, they can have some kind of a good experience out of it, right? So especially in touristy places like Florence, Milano, they can be costly and cheap and not that cheap, right? So I used to make those kind of recommendations. So I work with those kind of companies, hotels, restaurants, and small or big chains, companies that produce coffee equipment, any sort of thing that can be related to hospitality and food.
So the key is having that immersive experience. It isn't purely saying, hey, this is a coffee machine, or hey, this is a hotel. You're showing the whole experience, the whole lifestyle, and that is the secret ingredient.
Probably it could be, because I think not many people do such a comprehensive video that is like, like having a free tourist guide, basically. So some people are willing to pay for a tourist guide that, shows you the actual places in Italy and tells you the story. I tell you, I do all the stuff for free on my channel. So if you write on 小书意大利人, or which is Italian person, or Florence, I'm probably the first result coming, and with more than 2,000 likes on 小书, where people really use that video to go around Florence, and they say, okay, like I've been there. And they post on the comments the picture of the food they ordered, and it was the same as the one I ordered. Or like I have a case like showing my hometown, which is Agrigento, is a small town in Sicily, and I went to one of these, sweet shops where they do cannoli and all this stuff, and I ordered some specific custard cream, like a pastry, and every time I go back to my hometown, this guy tells me, you got like 50 or 60 people coming here ordering the pastry that you just ordered on the video and that you had in front of the video. And it's like all the time they're ordering the same stuff. Why not? Why didn't you order something more expensive? They're just getting the cheap ones all the time. So it's like, you should be, this guy told me basically that when people visit the city, they just probably search on 小红书 and they see the video and they just do exactly what I say on the video. So there is a sort of trust involved in that process, because people really want to get that kind of value out of it. And that's the proof, because people really trust my opinion, my judgment on the food, and also on the Italian culture, and people really relate to that point. So that's probably the key of my micro success, because I don't want to say that I'm a big player in this field, but we're growing. I am growing, and I'm trying my best to achieve a better quality video and aim to those 100,000 followers. So cheers to more than 100,000 followers this year.
So you're naturally delivering content, which then has conversion, right? You clearly got bums on seats, right? People going into the restaurants, actually, and you could do that with any brand. I think that's quite clear data. If any restaurant, if you said to them, look, I can get you another 50 clients, I think they'd make a lot of money from that. Sure. It's great to hear. Do you have any exclusive projects you can share with us?
Yeah.
Something that you haven't mentioned yet?
Yeah, sure. I have many exclusive projects that I can mention, because in this period we've been very hectic and crazy in doing lots of things. Just yesterday I joined FeastCon. It's a big, like a food festival in Shanghai, and I presented my own, gelato brand.
Yeah, I watched the live.
You saw the streaming. Yeah. So the exclusive content that we can share today is that I'm gonna open my own gelato shop in Shanghai.
Congratulations!
Thank you. I've been working towards this goal since I basically resigned my company and my job. I went to Italy for 2 months, and I went to culinary school to learn how to make gelato. I've been, dreaming about this since I was a kid. I've been dreaming about making ice cream, gelato in this case, for a long time, and I really wanted to achieve this in a very short time. I can say that I graduated, let's say, from the culinary school, learned the processes, and learned how to make artisan ice cream, gelato. And then I went to, from, learning to, finding the shop in a very short time. I started to change a little bit my content on my channel for targeting some audiences that are interested in a gelato. I did some promotions in the past about gelato, showing some gelatos that I really value as really good gelatos in Shanghai. And those feedbacks were great because those videos made like 7,000 likes on Xiaoshu and on Bijan as well. That many, probably 7,000 to 8,000. And those gelatos were having queues as well, like lines of people for like 2-3 weeks. I've been going there all the time. And I also asked the owners, like, did the actual video help you to get more people buying ice cream? And these guys say, okay, we really doubled. It's not it's like the third or the fourth time hearing the same, like we doubled the revenue. So it's like, okay, I should really focus on doing something on that perspective because it really will make the difference. So I went through, the studies and the market analysis, and I understood that there is not many good gelaterias in Shanghai. And I really wanted to focus in delivering the traditional experience of Sicily, because Sicily is also very famous for the gelato, with those, cannolo tastes of gelato with this pistachio, like those things are famous. Pistachio is coming from there. And I'm from Sicily. I've been pushing Sicilian content all the time on my channel. I think the channel is ready for transmitting the message to the audience that I have, saying that, okay, you saw me promoting other people's gelato. I went studying my gelato myself, and I'm making the deal that the same gelato experience from 9,000 kilometers away from here, and I bring it to Shanghai, the same deal and the same taste and the same experience. So I really want to send this message to my audience at the moment. And then we found a location in Yongjia Road in Shanghai. And we are starting, we just started a project. We are in contact with a company that's making our design. We have a logo ready. This is one of the biggest projects I have at the moment. And I've been starting posting the gelato content on my channel as well. So I posted like, how do I make gelato in a natural way? Like from milk to, milk powder, like a skimmed milk powder, and like with the gelato, with the pistachio, the natural pistachio paste, and then from mixing everything up to getting it out of the gelato machine. I showed this kind of content at the moment, and then I've been doing streaming as well. So the channel is ready for that sort of like transition. But marketing is done well when it's not redundant and is not being done too much. I think marketing has to be done in a way that is not making people annoyed. Like, I don't want to annoy people by posting all the time things about my own business, but I really want to say that I exist in a soft way. I think that's the way to really launch your brand and do it online more. So not only posting things on your own channel, but you really start to reach different audiences that can be transmuted and they can become your future potential customer in the future. So I've been trying to join offline events and then doing things on that point. So the big event is coming. The opening is going to be around middle of May 2024 in Shanghai. So anybody watching this podcast, really welcome to taste true and natural Sicilian gelato in Shanghai. That's great.
I'll come along.
You get a free 750 grams takeaway box of gelato.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'll be in front row.
And please review it on your channel.
Well, I think where things are going with you is clearly when people search gelato, ice cream, Shanghai, China, you're the go-to guy. I think that's where things are going.
I really, really wish to be the guy that is a point of reference for that specific project. So wish me good luck. I need a lot of luck as well, because it's not easy to do business in a nowadays environment. But I think opportunities are coming. So one example is that nowadays Shanghai with rents is much more accessible than compared to the past. After COVID, rents are going down. So if you guys are into like going to open a shop or looking forward to do something offline where you have offline representation of your brand, I think it's a good time for renting offices or renting, like a actual shop, because rents are going down a lot. So it's a good time in that perspective if you have a limited budget.
You touched on live streaming. Where's the opportunity there? Where are you doing live streaming?
So this is another exclusive thing that I was not going to say before in my channel. We use this brilliant occasion today to mention that. So I am working with Xiaoshu at the moment, and then we are planning to do a live streaming this week, the 23rd of March, and it's gonna be my first live streaming where I actually bring up some products that you can actually purchase there. So I'm gonna do food products as well as domestic electrodomestics and like small utilities like that you can use in your own apartment, but it's mostly food related, and I'm doing mostly Italian food. So it's gonna be like a burrata and as well as oil from Italy and other things that you can actually that relate to my content, because I've been pushing content that is on restaurants, on food from Italy. So taking some valuable things to my followers is my aim. So this is chosen by me. So the cool thing of the streaming that you can do is that you choose your products yourself. So Xiaoshu is not imposing you to take some products that they want. You decide the range of the products, they support you, and then you talk to the company to really discuss the like the sales that you have to do, the way you have to present it during the streaming. So it's a very new thing, and I think it's kind of interesting to have this new thing on my channel. So the streaming works as well in this way. So you need to have a preview, a video where you show the things that you're gonna sell. So it's like a minute or two of video, and then you do the actual streaming. So like you have teaser, yeah, the teaser, right? The trailer is like a trailer of what you're gonna do. And then you do this, and then you set up time, and then the time, and then on that time you do it. And then streaming is not as easy as I thought. So if I stream by myself and I don't sell any products, I can do it by myself. I can answer comments in Chinese. I can look at the screen and then do it very quickly. But if you want to do therefore which means like actual sales on live streaming, it's like you need a team of some people. So I have my assistant helping me. Like when I'm speaking, if there are questions about the product, is it expiring soon, or is it expiring in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever, she can say that, and then I can, I get my product here, I try it, and I explain it, I show the product to my audience, and I present it, and then I cannot do all myself, like take the product out, take the other one. So you need really somebody to help you doing that, and it's a very new thing for me, and it has a lot of potential because having the right fan base and the right products can allow you to generate good sales.
I think you're gonna be great. I think you're gonna do really well. So all the best.
We hope so.
Yeah.
We hope so.
Good. I'll be tuning in, and maybe I'll purchase something.
Please buy something.
So where can people find you, Alex, if they want to get in touch with you or your social media?
Yeah,
Give yourself a plug.
You can find me on Xiaoshu, on Bilibili. My name is Alexx雷. So ALEXX and Dalei, which means thunder in Chinese. So Alexx雷, it's my name on social media. And you can talk to me by email. I have email reserved for business purposes where I receive, like companies' information, companies' requests for advertising and so. So feel free to reach me there. But I'm posting videos on YouTube. I got 500 followers there. Trying to post as much as I can. So you wish me and watch my content as well on YouTube if you guys can. And then I'm doing Instagram as well with 100 followers. Not as it should be, but working on that as well. So feel free to reach me there.
Thank you so much. I learned so much, Alex. I really appreciate it.
That's great. I'm really happy to be here as well. And thank you for your time. Thank you.
Until next time, like, subscribe.